Okay, it is 5:30, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Good evening, families and community members of Douglas County, and thank you for joining us tonight for this town hall meeting. My name is Nate Jones. I am the communications manager in our communications department, and I will be serving as the moderator and the host for tonight's discussion. Today's town hall is scheduled for 1 hour. We've received many questions from our DCSD communities who've RSVP'd for this event, and we even have a couple of live callers that will be joining us a little bit later on in the show as well. We're going to try and get to as many of the common questions as we can. Seem to be echoing a little bit there. We're going to try and get through as many of the common questions as we can tonight. We will also have answers to questions that do not get attended to tonight on our FAQ page, and we will be sending out that frequently asked questions sheet as soon as we're able to get that up on the website. So thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you being engaged with the Douglas County School District. Joining me for this town hall is our Douglas County School District Interim Superintendent, Mr. Corey Wise. Mr. Wise, thank you for being with us this evening. I also want to welcome our very special guest, Dr. John Douglas, Executive Director of Tri-County Health Department. Dr. Douglas, thank you once again for being a part of another DCSD town hall.
Hey, Nate, thanks for emceeing this, hosting this, and Dr. Douglas, I agree. Thanks for taking the time out and being a part of this.
Great. Good to be with you.
Dr. Douglas will be on hand this evening to assist Mr. Wise with information during the course of our town hall. And we've also got several members of the superintendent's cabinet with us this afternoon as well as some directors from Douglas County Schools. So we want to thank everybody for their time this evening, and thanks for hopping on this Zoom call with us. After opening remarks, we will answer some questions that have been submitted over the past few days, over the weekend, and we'll have several community members, as I said, join us live to ask their questions as well. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge our Board of Education, President David Ray, Vice President Krista Holtzman, and Directors Kevin Lung, Anthony Graciano, Christina Chancho Shore, and Elizabeth Hansen and Susan Meek. Thank you, Directors, for your continued support. Let's go ahead and get started with introductory remarks. Mr. Wise, the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you again, Nate. First off, to all of our community members, everyone that's attending this, thanks for taking a little time out of your evening. Thanks for posting questions ahead of time. I want you to know this, as a parent in the community, as a member of this school district, I just want you to know that I can understand with everything that we've been facing. I know it's been tough on families and on students, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Even those times where you don't like what you hear, where you don't like the answer, you don't like the decision, also those times where you do, I can empathize. This is tough, and it's not going to be perfect no matter what. But I just want to take a second to say thank you for all the extra work I know you've put in. It's different, and I know this year has been a unique year. And I say this to you in that I want to say appreciation to all of our teachers and staff and our school board and the people behind the scenes that do so much work. But I also want to acknowledge, in a year like this where in my lifetime, I've been fortunate enough that all the crises I have faced have been shorter in duration. That whether it be a challenge you have in your life, a loss, a death, a tragic incident, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this has been probably the longest crisis many of us have had to face and endure. We find that inner strength. You find things that we weren't sure we knew how to get through. We need to find those positives and remind ourselves of what's working, what's good. We need to find our strengths. We need to find those people that we can depend on, and also be those people that others can depend on and lean on, because it's taken a lot to get through, and we still have a ways to go. It's not going to be perfect. I'm going to share some things with you tonight on our planning. And I want to kind of set it up in that, I'm humble and honored to have this opportunity to serve as the interim superintendent. And it's not taken on lightly, that I feel the responsibility of all of our families, all of our staff, and really to do our best to set the stage to help Douglas County be the best that we can be. And even in these difficult times, I want you to know that I read everything, I take it into account. I try to respond to as much as possible. But I want you to know I hear all of the input. And while it's taken in, we also have to make tough decisions and set plans to move forward. So some of the work that we've been doing since taking on this role, I've been a part of the DASC group. That's a Denver Area Superintendent's Council. And part of that group is we've been sharing what are we facing? What are we learning? What are we all finding in commonality? And I also want you to know that I asked Dr. Douglas to be here because Tri-County Health has been a partner in our work throughout the entire semester. They've been a part of this work as our area DASC and superintendent leaders to start paving the way of how can we set a plan and what is going to be our plan together for January. And while it's easy to criticize and tear things down and find negative, more so I want us to take a look at what we have accomplished and really set the stage of what we're planning for January, which I know is why most of you are here. Where I and we are, and taking a look at where we've been, and about October, late October, we started to face a critical point. And I want to call out one piece of data that we talked about at board meetings, but not everybody's had a chance to either watch live or go back. You know, there's a threshold where they talk about percent positive in the community. And of 100,000 people, when we got to about the 500 mark, we really found that tipping point within Douglas County schools to be able to operationalize and sustain and run our schools. And what that means is the amount of teachers and students that were quarantined and the amount of substitute positions available and being filled. Our ability to put out communications as quickly and multiple times a day and all nights and over the weekends, and our school nurses. So I've talked about those things, but that tipping point I want you to know was an operational side. We, as did many districts, moved to remote. There's some good and bad with remote, and I understand that with our youngest learners. On top of all students, the challenge that being hybrid or being pushed out to remote or now finished remote brings. I can truly empathize that when you have your own kids at home and you're also having to go to work or work from home, the challenge that it creates. That being said, part of our planning is to take a look at January. And this Thursday, I and we are going to present our plan for January and look to partner also with our school board and all of you and our teachers to make sure that we can make this happen. And it's my belief in looking at where we were, sharing ideas with other districts, what worked and what didn't work in other areas, that we're going to focus our efforts and prioritize our resources to be able to come back in January in person 5 days a week, PK elementary, so our elementary levels, and also try to work at our secondary schools for our most impacted and at-risk students. Those students that are identified and need the most support 4 days a week. We're also looking at our at-risk schools in a hybrid. Those are secondary schools that are hybrid, and our specialty schools to be very similar to those 4 days a week and really tailor to their special needs that they have in a specialty school and including our DC support center. While we set our plans forward, we will be finalizing these plans and really starting to communicate that out as a school district after our board meeting Thursday nights. In order to do this, I want to answer questions and be in the moment, also be clarified to say the why. There's many that wonder why should we be open in January when our numbers at our highest. And I do believe when I gave that tipping point of that 100,000 positivity rate and where our tipping point was as a system, that we can be able to handle more. So we're going to get into some of those details with the questions that come, and there's going to be different formats of the questions, but I really want you to know this is our plan to move forward to prioritize our elementary, pool our resources to be able to keep elementary open 5 days a week, and our youngest learners are most impacted learners. As we sustain that over time, we will look at then about the opportunity to bring back older learners and starting with the middle school. And as we successfully do that, then we'd look at bringing back our high school. So our plan to do that is our best thinking to this point and collaborating not only with our schools, our families, our board, and also with our neighboring districts to say we aren't alone in this. All of the Front Range school districts have worked together with their health agencies coming together to set forth how can we prioritize the youngest learners the most impacted. And that's really going to be a focus that you're going to see throughout our entire metro area on top of Douglas County. So it's not just one. You find some similarities because what we don't want to have happen again is if you start with too many and you can't do it, and you tap out again. That might happen, but we really want to plan to be better and keep our youngest most needed in schools there and moving forward successfully. So I kind of want to start with that because I think that's the biggest question many of you have. There's lots of questions that have been rolling in, and we want to entertain that, and we'll get more depth as we go. So thanks, Nate, and we'll get started whenever you're ready.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wise. Like you said, we've got a lot of questions that we're going to try and answer tonight, and we're going to kick things off with a live caller. Our first category tonight is COVID-19 data and how we're using that to drive our decision-making here in DCSD. Our first caller is David. David, are you on the line with us?
I am, Nate. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for joining us, David. Go ahead and ask your question.
Absolutely. Superintendent, I know you touched a little bit about this, but what I'm interested to find out is what metrics will be used, to determine when and if the students will return to on-campus learning in January.
Yeah, that's a great question. This is going to be one where I'm going to answer, then I'm going to ask Nancy Ingalls and also Lisa Cantor to jump in along with Dr. Douglas. Nancy Ingalls is our personalized learning officer, and Lisa Cantor is our director of health and wellness and prevention. And so let me start by saying, when we started off the beginning of the year, we were planning for something we didn't quite know what it would do and how it would impact our schools. So as you look at our school dashboard, you look at our metrics, it's ever changing and growing, and we're getting better with it. The same is true for right now. And partnering with Tri-County Health, partnering with our neighboring school districts and their health departments, we've gone back to some critical data. And I'm going to ask Dr. Douglas to partner in with me on this. That one of the things we found is the operational side. When I talked about that threshold of positivity rate in our community, because majority of our cases have been started in the community and brought into our schools. When we look at the transmission rate within our schools, they are lower, but the impact when they're brought in and that quarantining piece, and then the ability to sustain and operationalize has been our hardest impact. Now, the good part is the data's changed, our metrics changed, and also the quarantine processes have continued to change and get better. So what we found is when we were as a full system, elementary full in person, middle school and high school hybrid, we really felt that tipping point of that positivity rate when we're about that 500, 550. We do believe, while we're up a little bit higher, I think right around 900, a little bit over 900 currently, and we aren't sure what we're going to be in January, but we do believe both on an operational side and safety side, that if our numbers are up at that 900, but we pool all of our resources at the elementary level and also to support our most impacted, that we can operationally be successful. Now we're going to learn and grow with this. Our data is going to continue to change because we're at a little different point now than we were even October. And we expect January to be that same. So that's kind of what we've seen. And we're not alone in that. We see other school districts with the same type of pattern. And Dr. Douglas, do you mind just jumping in a little bit of the health side to talk about that? And then Nancy and Lisa can jump in after.
Yeah, sure. That was, I think, a great summary. So Douglas County has had rates that have gone up substantially since the summer. They were, frankly, when school started, below 100. About 2.5 weeks ago, we got up just under 1,000. They've now dropped back down to around 850, about a 15% improvement since the peak. I think the most remarkable thing that's happened in terms of how we understand schools in the last 4 months is if schools implement the matrix of prevention measures that Douglas County and other districts have been able to do, masking, as much distancing as possible, folks staying home when they're sick, testing of teachers, good environmental controls vis-a-vis cleaning, opportunities for good hand hygiene. When those things, none of which are perfect, all happen, schools have turned out to be remarkably safe. Frankly, I think the biggest surprise to most public health people is the metrics we set early, which were really, frankly, pretty conservative, were way too low than what we needed. In-school transmission, which the schools in Colorado have really pioneered good methodologies for assessing, have been much lower than, frankly, I would have expected. And they really have not gone up very substantially as community rates have gone up. As Superintendent Wise said, the problem has been the operational approach and being able to keep enough adults in the schools. So I think if the a district can make modifications, begin by trying to get the highest priority students back using sort of staffing capacity to help with that. I think the promise of being able to do that's really quite high. One thing I want to emphasize is quarantine has been a challenge for schools. That's what's knocked a lot of teachers and adults out of the classroom. The Centers for Disease Control announced last week, and CDPHE announced the next day, that they will be modifying the duration of quarantine. 14 days is perfection, and if we can achieve that, that's great. However, in a lot of circumstances, the perfect's been the enemy of the good. We're still working with the state to finally modify their guidance, but we believe that's going to happen very soon, which will allow quarantine to be 10 days as more of a routine outside of very high risk settings like long-term care facilities for fragile elderly people. And really importantly, if somebody tests negative at 5 to 6 days after they begin their quarantine process, quarantine can be as short as day 7. I think that should really provide, frankly, the same sort of safety levels we've currently achieved in our young kids and really make the schools much more operationally feasible.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Nancy and Lisa, I don't know if you want to say, our mitigation factors really worked well. We partnered well with our contact tracing, and Lisa Cantor as being the director for health and wellness with our school nurses team and adding on more for the spring. I just want to bring you in, Nancy, a little bit of any of that other answers that just can't say enough about the work that she and her team and school nurses did.
I agree. Thank you. And thank you, Dr. Douglas. I think that you have answered this question really well. I don't have a lot more to add other than to say our schools and the support from our nursing staff and all of our leaders, we've really engaged in a lot of process improvement when talking about contact tracing and executing these quarantines. And we're finding efficiencies and ways to do it better. And I know that our local health department and the state have responded to our concerns about the impact of quarantine on our operations. And there's been some updates there to sort of help us better identify close contacts and try to minimize quarantining people when we really don't need to.
Hard to add on to that. With an and that the additional guidance from CDC with regard to that shortened quarantine time is for asymptomatic individuals. So if you're symptomatic, it would be the traditional 14 days. And then if you have a positive test, you would be considered in isolation, then not quarantine. So just a technicality with that I've memorized.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Nancy, and thank you, Dr. Douglas, for elaborating on that for us. We're going to go ahead and pivot now to a question on e-learning. This one comes from Joanna. She wants to know if the case numbers and positivity rate is too high to come January and the buildings don't open for in-person learning. What is the plan for the e-learning students that are planning to come back in person? Will they stay with their e-learning class, or will they be virtual learning with their in-building teacher? And how will this impact current e-learning class sizes?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. Where you start in January is where you'll continue your learning. So if you switch from e-learning and now you're going to be in your in-person setting, if that setting is remote, you'll work with your in-person setting and work remotely. So Diane, I don't know if you want to share a little bit more on that, but Diane Smith is our director of e-learning. And if you're in the e-learning model, you'll continue throughout the whole semester with your e-learning model. When you choose in person, that can be in 3 modalities: full in person, hybrid, or remote. So in our current thinking and planning, we're really looking at that secondary level, middle school and high school, where you could be remote and you'll be working with your school and that teacher on that remote setting. So Diane, anything you want to add more on the e-learning side, or did I cover that pretty well for you?
I just wanted to add one comment or so. Thank you, Mr. Wise. It seems logical that if kids are currently in e-learning and their home schools continue remotely, that you would want your kids to just continue. However, because of the large number of students who are shifting between e-learning and returning to their home schools, we've had to reconstitute our classes. And at middle school, we've had to rebuild schedules. At elementary, we had to collapse 14 classes. So that's the reason that even if your schools were to continue to be remote starting in January, and you chose to go back to your home school, we'll need you to join those classes remotely rather than continuing with e-learning.
Thank you. Thank you both for the response on that one. We're going to go back to the phones for this next question. Is Amber with us? Can she hear me?
I am.
Hi,
Thank
Amber.
you.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Mr. Weiss, I was wondering, as the numbers continue to worsen following the Thanksgiving holiday and expected to get worse following Christmas and the New Year, is it a good idea to return elementary students to 5-day full-time in-person learning, or wouldn't it be better to go back to the hybrid version just to kind of help in distancing and reducing the spread?
Yeah, that's a great question. And again, I'm gonna tag team with Dr. Douglas a little bit on this. He spoke to it earlier. You know, as we look at the numbers rising, we also want to look at some of the data of transmission in schools. And there's not going to be a perfect answer to this. There's not one perfect way to do this during this COVID pandemic. We do believe that with our mitigation factors, our schools can work to be as safe as possible. I also believe that our youngest learners are most at risk. I hope and need to be in person as much as possible. That's our goal in this. Now, I've actually heard, and I'm gonna upset people no matter what decision I and we make, but I also want you to know that I think you have to set a decision, set a plan, and then say, how do we make this successful? When we look at our numbers, and we look at that sustainable piece, I do believe with higher numbers, we can still sustain when we pull our resources down to the lowest, youngest learners. And I also believe we can have the mitigation strategies to be healthy and safe. Now, we're going to have to learn as we go. I've had some good feedback as we've gotten into remotes, that there's some good things about being remote because it's stable. You have the consistency of days in the same manner. So the hybrid piece, I've also heard the good and the bad of the hybrid. Hybrid being every other day, if you have to quarantine out. So as I answer this, I'm not so sure that there's a perfect way. I'm also not sure that there's a perfect time. I think Dr. Douglas can talk a little bit about, even Dr. Fauci talked about after coming out of Thanksgiving, having a doubling up and a raising of positivity rates in society. And we haven't quite seen that, but we also don't know what to expect from the winter break and the holiday break. And I'm not so sure that whether you come back right in January 5th or 2 weeks later or a month later, that any of those are going to see the predictability and necessary better data. So I think as a district, and also with all of our neighboring school districts, the feel is, if we value this and want it to be a priority, we need to work to make that happen. And I think the value I have to have our youngest learners and our most impacted learners, and I'd say that value of our district and of our board, that we want to make that happen. So Dr. Douglas, anything you want to add a little bit on the data and some of those things? You've been a part of all of our, a lot of our DASC area superintendent meetings and also with other districts. Anything else you'd like to add on that?
You know, I guess the main thing I'd like to emphasize is that there is no place in our society right now that's risk-free from COVID. I think no matter where we are right now, it's estimated, for example, in Douglas County, 1 out of every 166 people is currently infected. And across Colorado, that's 1 out of 40. So if you leave the bubble of Douglas County, you're going to run into higher rates of infection. Schools have proven to be remarkably safe, especially if one compares it to the community environment. And while I could not agree more with Corey's view that we're learning as we go, we've been doing this since COVID hit us in March, and undoubtedly we're going to continue to learn. I think what we've learned so far is creating, again, greater and greater solidity that schools are no place is completely safe. Schools are safer than almost any other place. And while disruption, moving from remote back to in-person, certainly can be a challenge for families, for those that prefer in-person, and I think, frankly, most kids, especially at the younger level, benefit from that. I believe the plan the district is setting up is very reasonable. I'd also like to point out that there are a number of other parts of the world, really. I've got grandkids in Canada. I've got colleagues in France, Britain, Germany, and honestly, schools have just charged right along. And they were less tentative about keeping schools open. They made the decision that it was more important to keep schools open than a lot of businesses in the community. And they've proven to be remarkably safe. So we have no crystal ball, but I think that the district has looked really smartly at the data. We're going to have to continue to look at it. There is no firm blueprint or guarantee, but I think the approach that's been taken makes a lot of sense to me from a public health perspective.
And I appreciate that. And I want to echo a few things. The transmission rate in our schools, we see the number of cases coming in from the outside, and that does have an impact. The quarantining and the operational side has been a huge impact. With the targeted quarantining changes, with the idea that asymptomatic, so those students that aren't symptomatic went from 14 days, now are 10 days, and after 5 or 6 days, and I want all of you to hear this, if students are quarantined in January and after 5 or 6 days not showing symptoms and they get tested and it comes back negative, they'll be able to come back and return to school at 7 days. So that decreased amount of time out of schools is going to help everyone. So I think I appreciate those changes that have been made to decrease the impact of quarantining, decreasing the number of days, still looking at the health and safety, and trying to get the return back from quarantine sooner with those mitigating factors. The mitigating factors in our schools of wearing masks, washing hands, all of that's going to be critical that we need to continue. Partnering with our parents. If kids are sick, keep them at home. We'll get them caught up. Let's not take those risks that are going to have an impact on the entire class or an entire school or our system. How we can make some sacrifices now to put educating our kids in person first. The other thing I'm going to say, to do this, I would love to see us influence the tier group of vaccines. With vaccinations coming out, I'd love us to email, call, reach out to Governor Polis to get our teachers moved up the tier group. And let's get all of our teachers the availability and the access to vaccines. And that means teachers, staff, bus drivers, because once that starts to happen, it really opens the doors to all of our schools. And the more we can influence that decision, I think the better off we are as educators, and we are as a community, and we are as families with kids.
Mr. Wise, we are going to press on. We've got a couple of other questions to get to and an additional caller that's online with us right now. Bob, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, thank you for joining us tonight. Please go ahead and ask your question.
First of all, I want to say, Mr. Wise, I hope the term interim is dropped and you become the superintendent. You've done a fantastic job, and the whole staff has. And Dr. Douglas, you've explained things very nicely. And I want to say nice job on keeping on day to day, because I can't imagine what you guys are going through, when the days change from, the numbers increase or decrease. I guess my question is, I'm most concerned about K-5. You guys have answered most of my questions, but is it going to be going back full time, or are we going to go to kind of a hybrid system for the young ones? And I'll just leave it at that and let you guys answer those questions.
Yeah, first off, thank you for your kind words. We're all working hard. I think we all have more in common than we do different. We all have the best interest in mind of our kids and learning, and this is a tough year. So I appreciate that feedback. To reiterate, our plan for January will be to be PK elementary full in person. That means 5 days a week. And with that being said, I want you to know we listen to other school districts about the possibility of PK2 or PK3 in our very youngest learners and phase that up. And the recommendations from many of those school districts that did that is they would not do that again. If we're going to do this, do all of elementary or stay remote. So I want you to know, even taking that input of other districts that tried different things and implemented different things, that's part of our decision, and also the area superintendents within the metro area to say we really value, we want to have all of elementary in. And when I say this to you, there's going to be some of you that agree and some of you that disagree, but understanding, being able to ask questions of why is very important. And then obviously at the secondary level, that phased in approach. If we were to start with everyone, I don't believe that we can sustain that with where current numbers are, because our number that tapped us out in the fall was at that 500, 550. So that's where we really want to prioritize. And we do have to make tough decisions to make these priorities to then build success and build up the other levels. So Bob, I hope, again, I appreciate you asking that, because I think reiterating that and stating that again is very important, because I'm always a big believer we need to communicate more than once and multiple times. So I hope that again clarifies and answers that question.
And thank you, Bob, for calling in and taking part of this town hall tonight. We are going to move along. We've got a question from Melissa, and I love what she writes here. She's already applied to be a substitute. Thank you so much. That is absolutely critical right now for our school system. So thank you for volunteering, stepping up, and helping taking care of our kids. She wants to know what more parents can do outside of following health and safety measures. How can parents step up and play a more critical part of getting kids back in school and helping keep them safe?
Yeah. So first off, thanks for applying to be a substitute teacher. And those of you who are listening, if others would be willing to sign up to be a substitute teacher, that's one of the major employee groups that we need more of. We're processing currently close to 80 new substitute teachers. So to many of you, the parents and others, we have 80 new substitute teachers in the mix that will be ready for January. The more we can get, the better. We are going to need to fill teacher positions and substitute positions throughout. So all you need to begin with, even for just this year, is a high school diploma. For a full year to 3 years to 5 years, to have a degree, a bachelor's degree, and then start for certification. So do know we need more substitute teachers. The other thing I'd ask, we're in the process of interviewing for nurses. We have 3 applicants of 3 nursing candidates. So anyone in the nursing field, we could use bus drivers. We could use EAs, educational assistants. We could use all kinds of employee groups to help disinfect, clean, and maintain our schools. And while all these might not be glamorized positions, whether it be yourself, a college son or daughter, a neighbor, a friend, somebody you know, we need these spots to fill the void, and that would be great. The other thing I just alluded to is, helping our process do this well. And I mean this on the vaccination side. If we can influence and reach out and try to help our teachers be at a higher tier, we have a lot of great people. So I don't try to, I want to have positive influence. And so that positive influence to raise the tier group for our teachers, but value for our teachers would be huge. So again, if we can reach out to the governor, to the task force, and try to encourage that, it's not to take others out of that tier group, because everyone has a value to get that, but it's to include our teachers to value education, because I do feel education is the most important career you could have, the difference that it makes with kids. So if we can value that and influence that, that'd be another way. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, that's awesome. Every little thing helps. We're going to pivot now to something that we've gotten a lot of questions on, especially this time of year, which is athletics and activities. This question came basically from a third of our parents. They want to know, what is the status of outdoor spring sports? And is there any chance these sports will be delayed into summer? Yeah.
So in fact, we just have some new information from CHSAA, and I'm going to have Derek Cheney, our district athletic director, actives and athletic director, jump in and give you the latest, greatest of what we know and predicting out for the spring. And remember, anytime we predict out, things are going to change. So Derek, thanks for being a part of this, and I'll let you take this over.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. Yeah, timely for this question for sure. CHASA just came out with some of their guidance yesterday. CHASA is our state organization, the Colorado High School Activities Association. They've been working with CDPHE closely throughout this whole year for fall sports and everything else. So just as of yesterday, we had our winter sports, what they are deeming season B, and that won't start till January 25th at the earliest. Always subject to move later, but it definitely won't start earlier than that. And because of that, the domino effect, our spring sports got moved out too. So our first spring sports will start March 15th in season C. And then season D, our second wave of spring sports will start May 3rd. So it will bleed into the early summer. If you go all the way, it's to June 26th is when it ends. So really March 15th to June 26th is kind of the spring sports. And again, always subject to change.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Cheney. We're going to move on into health and safety protocols now. This next question comes to us from Nate, another Nate. I'm not a name expert, but I think that's fantastic. He says, my understanding was the school moved to 100% remote due mainly to issues with staffing due to COVID-19 quarantines and lack of substitute teachers, with the hope to return to in-person classes during the new semester. If that's the case, what changes has the district made to meet this logistical challenge?
Yeah, great question. I'm going to go back to Nancy and Lisa and also maybe Ted Knight on some of these. When we look at the logistical change, I know a number of you are, or at least have a better idea of what we're planning for elementary. And I know there's lingering questions about what's that mean for middle school and high school and what's that timing? When I talk about we need to bring back elementary and then sustain that, the reality is I can't give you an exact time. We're going to be evaluating that ongoing. We'll look at evaluating that, over every couple of weeks for sure, formally, and really trying to make that decision. Sustaining it means that we're able to keep our elementaries in session, that we can maintain all of our employee groups and tipping points operationally. And so, do know that we'll be looking at all that and looking at our data on top of our operational side. We'll be getting feedback from our middle school levels. We'll be getting feedback from our employee groups. We'll be working with Tri-County and others to try to look at that, to make those decisions. And that goes back to then our mitigating factors. So Nancy, Lisa, anything that you want to jump in? We've kind of given a little bit of this, but anything more that you'd like to add in on those details?
I don't think so. Those younger students, the elementary students and our impacted students that will be in person will continue to implement all of the health and safety measures that we have all year long. When we do have positive cases that we need to do contact tracing on, we will have some personnel and resources that are more available with our middle schools and high schools being remote that can perhaps help our elementary schools. And then that goes for our substitute teacher pool as well. When we have teachers who are subject to quarantine or maybe who are in isolation because they are ill, requiring fewer substitutes at middle and high school means that there will be more available at elementary school.
Yeah. And, our transportation department has been working to provide transportation now with our most impacted. They've adjusted their routes to be able to provide for the same work in January. Each of our employee groups have cross-trained and picked up more. We have transportation employees making lunches, packing lunches, and delivering lunches. We have our district secondary schools of security who will be helping our elementary schools. That'll help with, drop off before and after school. That'll help with lunchroom supervision, playground supervision, monitoring. So we have tried to empower and cross-train and build more supports. We've also worked to pool our feeder areas. So our feeder principals have talked about that. If we have, and as our plan goes, that middle school and high school will start off remote, what employees can help those elementaries and be down there to pull rosters, send out communication, and again, work to disinfect. So we're really trying to move our employees to support a level, sustain that level, and then expand to our middle school, then sustain that level, and then expand to the high school.
Thank you, everyone who helped answer that one. We have a question here that we got from a couple of parents who responded to the RSVP, and it's in relation to an email that we sent out. I believe it was last week. Could you please expand on the decision to lower the grading scale for the fall semester of 2020? And will that grading scale make a return in the spring semester?
Yeah, so, this has been a hot topic lately. And anytime you talk about grades, it's always going to be a hot topic. The high school principals brought the grades forward in October. And as we look at this past semester, I acknowledge this has been a tough semester for everyone. It's different. When you start off hybrid, no one's really taught in a hybrid model before. There are times where I heard from people, we've assigned more homework assignments than we ever have. There's times where you listen to kids and trying to balance all of their classes and their rigor. There's other times where we aren't as organized. And you know what? I'll say this, as a teenage student, I know organization was not my strength. So sometimes you miss things, you forget things. Sometimes you are lazy and you just don't do it. And then you realize, shoot, I'm paying for it with my grades. How do I make that up? And you feel overwhelmed. There's others that maintained the whole time and found a way to change their strengths, were successful the entire time. And after high school principals brought that forward, one of the biggest things that we asked is we need to go back and work with our teachers and work with our students. Even in times where those high schools, and some were pushed out remote multiple times over this semester, as many of you know and experienced, trying to get to teachers to work with kids, to look at what's working, what's not. Many schools surveyed teachers, surveyed students, tried to make adjustments, but then systemically, about 2 weeks ago, it was brought to me that, we are not in a great spot. What can we do? We aren't sure the grades really reflect. The proposal was brought forward about a grading scale piece of a 2%. And one of the principals said, COVID's probably had a much larger impact than a 2%. There's no perfect answer. There's parts of this answer that I struggle with and parts of the answer where I'm going to lead with my heart and I understand what families have gone through. And I'm a true believer that I think our students have had to work harder than they ever have, balancing their time, balancing these changes, losing out on what's been normal, the socialization, the access to teachers. Some people have tutors, some people cannot have tutors. Using Canvas sometimes for the first time and turning in assignments and accessing assignments. I don't want to act like I know what's happened in every single family, but I know the struggles I and my family face. And so I know it's real, and I know each of us face that. So trying to make a small impact and give the opportunity to learn and grow from this, I think, is what education's all about. And I know it's not perfect, and I know some like it and some don't like it, but hopefully it creates an understanding and a measure of this is one semester. Going into next semester, I've asked the principals to start early. We need to work with all teachers. As soon as kids start getting behind, how do we engage with them? How do we do it differently? So the expectation is that's this semester. Next semester should be different. We should be better. Hopefully students learn and they're better, teachers learn and they're better, schools, and I as a system will learn and be better from this. But we wanted to respond to a student need. And I think that's most important. And then we'll respond further to get ahead of this for next semester and continue to work on that. And I will tell you, there's an article in the Denver Post that talked about the same grading issue across the nation. All the other neighboring school districts facing the same type of thing and coming up with different answers and similar answers. So we aren't alone. This is tough on everyone. We all would probably find things that we do differently and better. And that's what we'll continue to do for the second semester. But I see this as a response to this semester, and we'll build differently and better for next semester.
Well, and you brought up meeting students' needs, Mr. Wise. We do have a question here about supporting students with special needs. This question comes to us from Faith, and it pertains to special needs support. She says her 6th grade student reads at a 1st grade level, and he's falling behind right now. She wants to know, how do we make up for all the educational losses, especially for our students in the special needs and special education programs?
Yeah, Nancy, I'm going to let you take it over, but I will say, I think every time we look at each of one of our individual students, reach out to the teacher, reach out to your supports at the school, reach out to the principal, and let's game plan. Each student's going to be unique in their struggles and also their successes. So the more we can work together, the better we can plan. The more we know, the better resource we can provide to circle around, and also the better interventions. So Nancy, I'm going to let you kind of jump over, but I'd say if you haven't already, make sure you're partnering with your teacher, your resources at school, and your principal and your other district staff, because we have a lot of great district staff that can also try to help and provide support.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. And Faith, thank you so much for submitting this question. I know that we have teachers and parents across the district who are concerned about our students who have learning gaps and want to make sure that we can do everything that we can to support them through this time. Our special education teachers and related service providers on an ongoing basis are progress monitoring their students' IEP goals. And so if a parent has concerns about their students' progress, they definitely should reach out to their case manager, and the IEP team might need to meet. There's no reason to delay that whatsoever. The team can get together, have a meeting, examine the data, really dig into the concerns about progress, and it's possible that the student services might need to be adjusted. The needs that your student has right now might be different than they were a year ago. And so the IEP team can make those adjustments. And like I said, there's no reason to delay.
And Ms. Ingalls, if they wanted to find more information, where would you suggest that they go for that information and to make those changes?
They would start with their case manager. So a parent should reach out to their case manager immediately. If there are additional concerns to that, they should absolutely reach out to their school administrator as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. And thank you for being with us tonight to help answer questions. Our last question tonight is going to pertain to mental health and wellness. And I think that this is something we've heard from a lot of parents. I'm a parent. I know that my kids struggle with some of this as well. This one comes to us from Wendy. She says, I am truly concerned about students in their final year of high school failing and not graduating due to the push and pull of in-class, hybrid, and remote learning. Corey, you spoke to this a little bit earlier. My son, who had COVID last month and who deals with ADD, is genuinely stressed about the probability. What is being done to help our kids who are struggling with mental health issues right now?
Yeah, and again, Nancy, I want you to feel like you can jump in. You know, first and foremost, I want to say, reach out to your teachers, have your son reach out to all of their teachers, reach out to their counselor. There are so many people who will help. So, you know, with those stresses, and as I was talking earlier, even with the grades, the stresses are real. GPA in high school becomes real with that transcript and what we can do after high school and what opportunities open up. So oftentimes we don't realize, even from your freshman year up to your senior year, what those stresses include. Your teachers, your counselors, your mental health, that team of people at school, your assistant principals, your principals, build people in. You're not alone. Don't be on an island. You know, I think our teachers try to build in social emotional and some mental health supports daily in our check-ins. But, you know, there's reminders to do that. And also I encourage students to reach out to those, find that person you can connect with and ask for help. But I want you to know that we have some great resources. We have systemic approaches. And Nancy, I'm going to let you talk a little bit again about the mental health side of what's available and what we see. And, you know, this isn't just a senior in high school question. This is really a K-12 question. But also when you look at that senior year, we don't want you to not graduate. We want to find those ways to say, where's the struggle? How do we address the struggle? How do we improve your success? And oftentimes when you overcome something, you feel even more proud. And think about those times in our lives where it's a safe mistake and we feel more proud, and you build those skills inside that we talk about, you know, that perseverance, that resilience, kind of like we talked about overcoming during this COVID time. So I would use that struggle of your grades as a senior to look at as an opportunity, as a life lesson. So Nancy, I'm going to be quiet and let you take over.
Yeah, thank you so much. We don't want any senior worrying about not graduating because of a pandemic, which is something that they don't have control over. First and foremost, our counselors and mental health providers in our schools are trained to work with students as they struggle through these types of stresses, particularly over things that they don't have control over. And so it's very important, like Mr. Wise said, to reach out to your teachers immediately and your counselor at your school. to address the concern. Our counselors continue, whether they are remote or in hybrid, they continue to do academic and post-secondary counseling with students. They will absolutely reach out and make a personal connection with any student who is identified with any type of some concern. They just need to know. So we need people to reach out to their teachers, reach out to their counselors, and share those concerns so that they can be addressed. You know, Mr. Wise also talked about grading before. You know, grading is a concern at high schools. If there are situations that are impacting students' grades, again, talk with your school, your counseling department, your administrators, and they will work through that with you.
Great. Thank you, Mrs. Ingalls. And with that, we are coming to the conclusion of our town hall. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in and engaging with us tonight, but I would be remiss if we didn't give our interim superintendent, Mr. Wise, just one more chance to close this out and kind of bring this thing to an end. So Corey, the floor is yours once again.
Hey, Nate, thanks. Thanks to you for moderating this and emceeing and guiding us. You know, to all the parents that spent an hour, thank you. There's times where we want to know more and we want to have answers, and I hope this helped a little bit. I know it didn't answer everything. I know it still probably created questions and concerns you might have. All of the staff in Douglas County are working hard to help make this better, to help give answers, and to help lead this through. And I want to take the time to say I appreciate, you know, the school board. They are volunteers in this process, and the ownership they take and the support they give is more than a volunteer's job. And while we don't always see that, it's easy to find what we want to have happen. I also want you to know Douglas County School District has always been, if not the best, right there as the best school district. And it doesn't mean you're perfect. It means that you're working to get better. You're identifying gaps. And I understand that. And even those times where people are upset, frustrated, we're in this together. And I want you to know, stick with us. We're so close. And I encourage you to continue to reach out. I appreciate all of you and the extra work you've done this semester. I know you've done that. I know at home you're working hard to be a teacher and a parent and a spouse and an employee, that you're balancing so much. And I just want to say thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your time and work. This spring semester is going to be a bumpy road also, but we're in it together. To all the cabinet members that are up there, and Dr. Douglas, thanks for your work behind the scenes. And Dr. Douglas, thanks for the number of nights and hours that you spend and going to be a part of our board meeting again on Thursday. I can't thank you enough for your expertise and your support with that. So wish you all a fantastic holiday break. I hope you get to slow down and enjoy some time and enjoy the holidays, and we'll come back energized and ready to go in January. So truly, thank you. Thanks for being a part of this tonight, and thanks for everything. And I look forward to going this forward in January with all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. That is going to do it for our town hall. Just a reminder, if there was a question that you asked that did not get addressed in this town hall, we will be putting together an FAQ document and hosting that on our website and getting that link out to you as soon as we can. At the very latest, look for it in our newsletters that will be coming out next week. So we'll have more information for you from this town hall event coming very shortly. I do want to thank all of our community members for joining us this evening. I know it's not easy to give up time on a weeknight. Especially as Mr. Wise said, when you are doing and wearing so many hats at the same time. So thank you so much for engaging with us and asking those questions, and to our live callers as well for being a part of this event. I also want to thank Dr. Douglas. He has been with us on these town halls quite a bit over the last 9 months, and he always makes time for us. So thank you so much. Thank you to our Board of Education for your continued support, to our cabinet members who hopped on to answer additional questions, and then just from, so I can give a shout out to my team. Thank you to the communications department, Stacey Rader for pulling this together, Stacey Blaylock for doing all the RSVPs, the question gathering, all the information gathering. And then of course, Chris Shalene, who is our Zoom master. If you're seeing anything from a live event in Douglas County, he's the guy behind the controls. And of course, our new CTO, Mr. Mark Blair, for hopping on and helping as well. So thank you again. Be on the lookout for those FAQs, and we'll see you next time. I almost said on Soups On. We'll see you next time at the next town hall. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.